This just in, the Commanders have named Jayden Daniels the team's starting quarterback. That's coming from head coach Dan Quinn. Washington selected Daniels #2 overall in this year's draft out of LSU. One pick behind Caleb Williams. In 2 preseason games, Daniels has completed 80% of his passes against the Jets and Dolphins. Commanders will open up their regular season September 8th, taking on the Bucs on the road in Tampa Bay. Let's break it down with our NFL analyst, Leger Douzable. Leger, you and I were on HQ just hours ago, and you said that Jayden Daniels was your standout rookie quarterback from the preseason over the weekend. What's your take? What's your reaction here?
Not surprised, Tommy. When you look at it, Jayden Daniels was picked #2 in the draft to be the starting quarterback. And the things that I really like from what I've seen from Jayden Daniels is that he's so decisive in the pocket. That's rare for a rookie. A lot of times it's like deer in the headlights. But this guy just seems like he's walking on the beach when he's running the offense. He knows exactly where to go with the football. And yes, he's a mobile quarterback. You see it right here on his zone read with the tight end blocking in front of him. But he only uses his mobility, Tommy, when it's necessary, whether it's zone read or when plays are breaking down. But what I really love is when that back foot hits, Tommy, he knows exactly where to go with the ball. And a lot of times rookies struggle when it comes to processing, but that has not been an issue for Jayden Daniels. This has been a home run pick so far for the Washington Commanders. I'm not surprised at all they named him the starter this early in training camp.
The Washington Post had tweeted out something here. He's the 11th quarterback selected by the franchise in the common draft era to start week 1, but just the second rookie quarterback, RG3, was the first. He's in a position much like Caleb Williams, so you have 1 and 2 in terms of the draft selections, getting the week 1 nod. How much do you think that has to do with what is around them to make sure that they're able to succeed on the field?
Yeah, I think new GM Adam Peters and also Dan Quinn have done a masterful job of really revamping this team, right? He has a #1 receiver in Terry McLaurin. They revitalized and revamped the offensive line. That way he has protection up front. They have a strong running game with Brian Robinson, and they got a guy that could be a quarterback's best friend in Austin Eckler. We haven't even seen Zach Ertz, right? And that's another best friend for a young quarterback, a tight end over the middle of the field. So they've done a really good job, not only revamping the offense, but the defense, because that passing defense was abysmal last year, Tommy. Really went and added some pass rushers on the outside. I think Frankie Louvu, the linebacker, Dan Quinn will use him like Micah Parsons. Watch out for him. But both of those teams, the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders, have done a good job of making sure their rookies have success by adding pieces around them so they can have success.
We had 6 rookie quarterbacks taken in the first round. We're down to 5 after J.J. McCarthy, of course, done for the year with a meniscus injury. In terms of the Commanders, you mentioned Dan Quinn. He's a new head coach. There's a new starting quarterback, relatively new ownership. So it was Sam Howell, Ron Rivera a year ago, Dan Quinn, Jayden Daniels this time around. Both years, the Commanders' win total coming into the season was 6.5. What's your take on this Commanders team this year?
This is one of my sleepy teams in the NFC. Like, watch out for the Commanders. And you talked about the fact that you had RG3 was the last time they took a guy in the first round that started as a rookie. Well, could history repeat itself? Because that team went to the playoffs. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Tommy, they won the division that year. Now, I'm not saying the Commanders will win the division, but the way that Jayden Daniels has played, the cool, calm collectiveness that he's played with, the ability in this Cliff Kingsbury offense to know where to go with the football, look out for this team. They'll be so much more competitive on the defensive side. They struggled on the offensive line. They brought in veteran guys to really solidify that offensive line. I think Jayden Daniels could have this team muddled around 8-9, 9-8. And could 9-8 sneak you into the playoffs on the NFC side? I think it can. This is one of my teams you need to watch out for in the NFC.
All right. That is This Just In with Leger Douzable. Douz certainly appreciated as the news for Jayden Daniels comes down the pipeline. We're creeping closer to week 1, September 8th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Notable games include Arizona at Buffalo, Jacksonville at Miami, and Vegas at the Chargers.